A beautiful deep water mountain lake, cold water, and trout, my friends. Where are we going to find these trout? One of the good places are inlets and outlets, like this. What you must really do is check the shoreline. The shoreline will indicate what the water is like around the shore. If it's a very steep shoreline, you've got deep water. If it's a shallow shoreline, like this, see this meadow coming down? That means shallow water here. Shallow water, more sunlight, more food for the trout. Where we want to look for those fish are edges. Edges, please don't forget that. Where this shallow water drops off into the deep water, a perfect place for fish to hold. Well, what are we going to use when we go fishing here? The trout in a lake like this eat very similar things to the trout in rivers. This speckled gray mayfly is just one of many species of mayflies that live in lakes. Of course, there are caddisflies, and dragonflies and damselflies are very important in still water, especially the nymphal form. This damselfly nymph will be a good choice. I use real long leaders in lakes with this floating line because I want, when I'm using a floating fly, I want the fly well distanced from the heavy fly line. When I'm using a sinking fly, I want that monofilament to be able to allow that fly to sink well. On the other hand, in lakes I sometimes use sinking lines. And when you use sinking lines, my inclination is to use very short leaders, really short. 3, 4, 5 feet long, because it works a little better with those. Got to change retrieves every now and then. Sometimes a little slow, sometimes a little faster. And now I want to make a cast along that edge. That is really a great place to make a cast. I'm going to make several casts along that edge, as a matter of fact, because you see, trout in a lake cruise for their food. You know, in a river, they hold position and wait for the food to come to them. So while they're cruising, I might pick one up on the 3rd cast or the 5th cast. Doop, 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 doop. Come on, fish.